in the way that it was, whilst the sands of change were shifting underneath it. Now, those laws applied to colours, they applied to fabrics, they applied to where the fabrics came from. I mean, these sumptuary laws became incredibly complex. For example, only the king and his immediate family could wear purple. Cloth of gold could only be worn by a certain strata of society above a certain level of the nobility. Fur could be worn, but only under certain circumstances by certain strata of the social spectrum as well. And certain people could wear wool, but they could only wear wool if it was British wool, and certain people could wear wool, but only if it was English wool, because imported wool was considered more important and therefore could only be worn by what they considered more important people. Yeah, and that's only scratching the surface. Now, this handy diagram here gives you an idea of just how mind-bogglingly complex these laws became under the Tudor. So it tells you here at the side, none shall wear in his apparel any, and then there's this massive spider chart to the various different qualifications of what can be worn by whom and when and under what circumstances. So for example, it says cloth of gold, silver, satin, silk, etc. should not be worn in the apparel of any except, and then it goes on to talk about earls and people of that degree and under what circumstances people can wear it. Underneath that, certain types of wool, certain types of velvet. It then talks again about dukes, marquises, etc. And it goes on. I mean, I'll let you read it for yourself. It's an incredibly complex system, and it must have been a nightmare, if not impossible, to enforce this level of clothing micromanagement. Now, of course, Henry and his cohorts were able to wear just about whatever they wanted. They were at the very top of the social strata. And as you can see here in this example, it looks like Henry has chosen to wear just about everything he owns in the same outfit. In this depiction of the Tudor royal family, you can see just how richly they're dressed. It's full of furs of the finest quality, silks, satins, literal gold and jewels and silver embroidered into their clothing. I mean, it's an absolute smorgasbord of bling in the one painting. It wasn't just about let us have the best and you can have the rest. Henry, as I said earlier, wanted to be able to look around his court or his kingdom on his travels and be able to see who he was talking to and what degree that person held in society simply at a glance. I'll show you what I mean. The king's on his progress and he sees this lady striding towards him. He knows that she is of the lower orders of Tudor society. Now, like I said earlier on, this woman